Hello. We are in chapters 4, 5, and 6 of Esther today. This is the meat of the section of the book of Esther where we really get into all the things that's going on, and particularly how Esther is going to help solve the problem. Haman has gotten the king to agree to kill all the Jews. He's pretty proud of everything that's going on. He's pretty excited about himself. Chapter 4 picks up with Mordecai hearing about it, and so he's walking around in sackcloth and ashes. Esther hears about it. They have an exchange back and forth, and I want to call to your attention a few verses around, starting in verse 13. This is Mordecai speaking back to Esther through her attendants. Do not think that because you are in the king's house, you alone of all the Jews will escape. For if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance for the Jews will arise from another place. But you and your father's family will perish, and who knows but that you have come to royal position for such a time as this. I think it's important to look at this passage. Mordecai knows that the Jews are going to be saved. He knows that. He's absolutely confident, but it doesn't change his action. He says, you guys might very well lose your life. You, Esther, queen of Persia, might lose your life because of this. But who knows? Lord may have put you in this spot at this time for this purpose. When we see opportunities in front of us, we should think that to ourselves. Has the Lord put me at this spot at this time to do this thing? Very important stuff. Chapter 5, Esther does go stand before the king, and instead of turning his back on her and having her killed, he holds up his royal scepter, golden scepter, and she comes in. He says, what do you want? She says, I just want you to come to a banquet this afternoon and bring Haman with you. He says, okay, that's great. They go there, and he says, what do you want? You got to want something. She says, I'll tell you what I want, but tomorrow I would like you and Haman to come back for another banquet I'm going to give in your honor tomorrow. Haman leaves this. This is great. He is being elevated above everybody else. The king has put him above everybody else. Now the queen is setting him apart. He's having meetings with the queen and the king only. He just can't be better off. But you see, in chapter 5, you find out that he has one little thorn that's still sticking him in the side, and he can't stand it, and that's Mordecai. And look at what advice his wife and friends give him. Look at that advice. We're going to see that again in just a second. So then he takes care of that. He's happy. Next day, not next day, that night, the king can't sleep. So he asks his folks to come in and read to him. So they read to him from the annals of the king, and they read this section about Mordecai, where he saved him from an assassination plot. And he says, has anything been done for this guy? And they, no, I don't think so. So he calls Haman in the next morning. He says, I've got someone I want to honor. Tell me what to do. Haman tells him it's all this wonderful stuff because Haman thinks it's going to be him. And then he says, okay, that's great. I agree with you, Haman. Good idea. Go do that for Mordecai. Now, when you get to the end of the chapter, look at the advice that his wife and friends now give him. Taking advice from other people is biblical. Picking who those people are that you take advice from should be done very carefully. I hope you have a good day. Enjoy the reading, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.